Welcome to Coweta Schools Game Day, where we highlight the student athletes and athletic programs in the Coweta County school system that bring so much excitement to our community throughout the year. I'm Hap Hines, principal of the Central Educational Center, also known as the CEC. This program is being brought to you by the video team members here at CEC through our school system's CCS TV YouTube channel. And today we're bringing you all of the action from our high school football season. Coming off their matchup versus Paulding County, the Newnan Cougars return to Drake Stadium on September 22nd for homecoming, facing South Paulding. Then play at home again against East Paulding on September 29th. Following their homecoming game versus Central last week, the Northgate Vikings are on the road for their next two as they play Veterans on September 22nd and then McIntosh in Peachtree City on October 6th. After their win over the Lowndes Vikings, the undefeated East Coweta Indians play Lambert away in Suwanee on September 22nd and return to Shumake Stadium to face Carrollton on October 6th. We'll take a look back at last week's games and talk about the players and coaches with Northgate Vikings head football coach Mike McDonald, East Coweta head coach John Small, and Newnan head coach Chip Walker right here on Game Day. So stay with us. We're back now with head football coach of the Northgate Vikings, Mike McDonald. Mike, thanks for being back here on Coweta Sports Game Day. Coach, your players played so tough, and they came so close. I know you're proud, tough foe against Central Carrollton, but tell us about the game Friday night.
Yeah, Coach Hines, it was a great high school football game. I mean, honestly, it was really two good football teams going at it, and a great environment. They brought a big crowd. And of course, we had homecoming, had a good crowd there, so it was a great environment. Again, two good football teams going at it, and they, had a quarterback made a really special play on a 3rd and 15 there late in the game, and kind of ended up being the difference. But it was, like I said, it was a great high school football game.
Awesome. Well, Coach, you've had a very productive non-region football schedule. Your team's playing really hard. What are some of the things that you've seen up to this point that you find out to be real promising as your team gets ready for this next game?
Well, we've blocked folks well in the running game. I think, I had some questions going into the year about the offensive line, but they've really stepped up and, played well. We've played well on defense and, just the growth from the start of the season to now.
Awesome. Well, Coach, talking about kids giving it their all, let's take a look at some of Friday night's highlights from your kids.
All right, you're going to see us come out and hand the ball off to Evan Garrett here. We was under center there, Coach. You don't see that in high school football a lot anymore, but went under center there. Right here, you're going to see Cade Bates, defensive end.
Really pinching that offensive line.
And then they're going to try to come run speed sweep right there, and you're going to see Jaden Middleton, and that's Braxton Davies right there on the tackle. Again, we're going to get a pick here. Mason McKnight, good job overlapping there. Gets that back down the sideline, and good interception there by Mason. Come back on offense here, and Dylan's going to hit Graham Peak out here in the flat, and Graham does a good job of getting vertical right there.
Just taking what they give you.
Yeah, and we run a little slot fade here, and that's Josh Veen. They threw the flag on them for pass interference, but Josh catches it anyway for a touchdown. And again, you're going to see a host of guys, and that's Jet Clark right there with the tackle for loss. And come back running counter. Again, Evan had a big night for us, yeah. Going to run what we call duo or Duke for us up inside. And
those yards after contacts, Coach, yaks.
Yep.
Oh, all over it.
Yeah, and we blocked the field goal right there. That's Mason McKnight. Did a good job right there, and Trent Gordon's going to pick it up and do a good job. That's right there before half. Come out here in the third quarter, and you're going to see Braxton Davies again, Cade Bates doing a good job there. And we flush him right there, and Cade Bates gets the sack. Good job by him. Amir Hopper over there too. And we'll come out and throw the boot right here, and Josh Veen with a tough catch for a first down right there. And again, running power here, Coach. And another strong run by Evan down to about the 5, and they were bringing a lot of pressure, man coverage, and so we ran a little rail route with Evan there. Good throw, good catch for the touchdown. You're gonna see a big hit here.
Whew.
I know that was Ben Harmon with a hammer, but then that's also
that is Mike
Bryson
McDonald.
Davies right there on big hit on the running back. And again, we're gonna run the waggle again, and good catch again by Josh Veen right there. And you're gonna see us. That's gonna put us up 17-13 right there, late in the third quarter. Coach Hines, and
he's having a great year.
Yeah, that was Jake Anderson again. Kate Bates there in the backfield on the tackle, and quarterback makes a good run here, and we're going to knock it out, though. Mason McKnight, and Marcus Barnes gets down there and recovers that ball, Coach. That was big for us right there. We're going to come out, and we throw what we call smoke. That's our slow screen to a running back. You're going to see Evan right here. I thought he was going to break it right there, but gets it out to about midfield. And,
well, Coach, a lot of these names are starting to get real familiar when we watch them on the highlights and everything. I can only imagine, they're going to be synonymous with the big play board. Tell us who all hit the big play board up this week.
Well, most hits this week went to inside linebacker Braxton Davies, big play, which is tackle for loss. That was also Braxton Davies. We had 3 hammers this week. Bradley Vanderwater had one on the kickoff return. Ben Harmon had the one on the kickoff there you saw, Coach. And then also Bryson Davies had a hammer on that kickoff as well. Takeaway, we had 2. Mason McKnight, we saw the interception, and Marcus Barnes with the fumble recovery. We had the highest grade offensive line, went to our center, Trey Gaddy. Highest grade defensive line went to our nose guard, Amir Hopper. Highest grade secondary was our cornerback, Antoine Herring, this week. Highest grade linebacker, Coach Hines, we had 2. We had a tie. Inside linebacker, Jaden Middleton, and outside linebacker, Trent Gordon.
I believe it. They made some big plays out there.
They did. Meanest Viking this week, we gave to our running back, Evan Garrett. He ran really hard. He's having a great year. Racehorse again went to Evan Garrett. Air Viking this week went to Josh Veen. Spirit Ball went to our center, Trey Gaddy. The kicking game was the punt team this week. They did a great job. Captains for veterans this week is Evan Garrett and Trey Gaddy on offense, and Kate Bates and Trent Gordon on defense. And the player of the week went to our running back, Evan Garrett. Scout team, we had 2 guys. Scout team offense player of the week was Bradley Vanderwater. He's a sophomore receiver for us, doing some good things.
Mad respect for those scout team guys,
and
Coach.
on defense, we had a senior safety this weekend, David West.
Awesome stuff, Coach. Well, Coach, like you said, I'm hearing a lot of those names, and I'm getting real familiar with your players, week in, week out, dotting up the big play board. And so I know you're very proud of the effort they're giving you guys. Coach, you've got one more non-region game before region play starts. Kind of one more game to really get ready for the upcoming season, as I know y'all are going to be having your eyes on the playoffs and all that. But tell us what to expect this week from the Veterans Warhawks as y'all make the trip down to Warner Robins.
Well, they're really good. They're a 6A school, so it's going to be a test for us. They throw the ball very, very well. Got a really big-time quarterback and some receivers that can really play, and it's going to be a challenge. We got to go down there, so that's always you got to handle that. We're going to have to get out of school early and eat at a restaurant and all of that stuff. So hopefully we handle all that well, and I hope our kids are going to be excited. But yeah, they're a really good football team. I think they're 4-1, 5-1, I think, and so it's another good test for us. And they're obviously you look at them and they're probably a playoff team as well.
Oh yeah. Well, Coach, I think these teams that y'all are playing non-region are going to really have you guys prepared when you do hit up, region play in a week or whatever. But, very proud of what you've got to be feeling really good. It seems to me, Northgate is playing with a lot of confidence, doing a lot of good things, so close in just a couple games here. But you guys got to be feeling good. Northgate's going to be a tough out, which is a typical Mike McDonald team for anybody. What is the message this week to the kids, coming off a tough emotional game against a state power like Central Carrollton as you head into the Veterans game?
Well, like we said, we had Really, honestly, Coach Hines, felt like we probably outplayed Central Carrollton, so it hurt, But we gotta put that behind us, and I was proud of the effort that we gave, and we played tough and we played physical, and we got to put that behind us and regroup, and we got a really good team. We gotta go face it their place this week, so just one at a time, and it never stops, it seems, and but we're excited about it. I think the kids will be excited about this. We had a heck of a game with them last year up at our place, so we're looking forward to it.
No doubt. Well, Coach, I think Valhalla Nation has got a lot to be excited about and let me tell you, it stands out with how hard and tough your kids play. And that is a tribute to the leadership you provide, what your coaches are doing, the character of your players. They just seem to bounce back, and even in the close games, they found a way, give themselves a chance there at the end. And that's what all we can ask is for our kids to give 110%. And if there's one person who's been just synonymous with getting everything out of their kids, it's you. So, Coach, I'm super excited about this week's upcoming matchup with veterans. Looking forward to a big win, and thank you all for all that you do for these kids.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you, Coach. And with that, we'll be back more with Coweta Sports Game Day in just a few moments. We're here with John Small, head coach of the East Coweta Indians. Welcome to Coweta Sports Game Day. Coach, the message was simple. Lock in, focus, trust the process. It was a business trip, like you said, and you went down in a tough environment, and you defeated the Lowndes Vikings. Tell us all about it.
Well, it was obviously a long trip for us. It's the first time this bunch has been on the road on a 4-hour bus ride and going down to play in a historic Martin Stadium in South Georgia, where they've got a lot of tradition, but was very proud of our kids for going into that environment. They never flinched. They never were shaken up. We even went down 14-0 within 2 minutes of the game, and our kids just rallied and responded back, and were able to come out with a victory 42-30 on the road.
Coach, I think it is abundantly obvious your kids trust your process. And just like you said, they don't flinch, and the resiliency and the toughness that they are showing. What is it that you think you are ingraining into them that they are just showing that's really unique about this team?
Well, I think our coaching staff, number one, does a great job. They overcome me a lot, but they do a tremendous job with our kids. But the one thing I think our kids do this year that's different and is consistent is they're selfless. They're not worried about themselves. They're focused on the next guy. Very unselfish football team that celebrates the next guy.
No doubt.
Because selfishness can destroy a football team in a locker room, and this group just plays together and pulls for one another, and they just have a strong belief system in what we're doing.
Absolutely. Coach, your guys were down 2 scores in a hostile environment. And before it was all said and done, they walked out of there with a 2-score victory. What does that speak to the character of your kids?
Well, it's tremendous character on their part, but it's just their belief system going back to, not reacting and getting emotional, but responding and playing the next play, forgetting what just happened, good or bad, and going to the next play. And I saw that on our sideline. I saw that in our tents. Our coaches saw it. Just the kids encouraging each other, picking each other up, and challenging each other, and guys responding the right way to those challenges from some of the older kids. And they came back and stuck together and stuck to the process, and things worked out good for us.
Coach, that is awesome stuff, man. I am so happy and excited for you guys. That is 2 big-time victories back-to-back versus state power, state championship programs that y'all have beaten in consecutive weeks. Let's take a look at Friday's highlights.
On offense, Cohen Peoples continues to impress each week.
He is playing high-level football,
yeah,
Coach.
He's poised. There's a throw and a catch to a freshman, Walter Maestri. Come back here and hit Deshaun Horsey on a slant route, and he takes it to the house. He had 5 catches for 216 yards and 4 touchdowns. Had an outstanding game. Offensive line did a tremendous job to hold their blocks. Here's a throw to Seth Gritton, one of his other favorite targets, picking up 16, 17 yards there. Here Cohen's going to take it, does a great job making decisions with the ball, and just playing with an extreme amount of confidence. Here he is again. He's going to get it out to Deontay Jones. This is right before the half with about 9 seconds left, and we got down in field goal range, which was very impressive of our kids. And here's another touchdown throw to Deshaun, which you see him carry these guys in the end zone with him. So
Cohen is just standing so strong in that pocket.
he is. And you really saw our weight room and stuff in this ball game, the physicality of it. Our kids were a lot stronger, a lot of power they showed. And here's a big 3rd and 11 play that Cohen picks up the first down, moves the chain. He's just making outstanding decisions with the ball in his hands. Here's Deontay Jones.
Yeah,
I think he
Deontay's
finished with
playing.
like 78 yards rushing.
He's playing great.
Another throw and catch here to Deshaun Horsley, a little fade route. They got a pass interference call, but he still made the catch.
Makes the play.
Yeah, and here, a big dose of Darrell Thompson in the 3rd quarter, just running over people. He's just a load. And special teams wise, Brock Belden continues to do a great job for us. I think we got 2 in the end zone, and then we had to make some adjustments. But punting wise, you can see him here. He's directionally kicking away from some returners. We get an unbelievable bounce here. Great coverage down the field. So special teams has continued to be a strength for us.
Yeah, Brock's a weapon.
He's a weapon. Here we're kicking the extra point here. So Brock's just consistent here. I think this is the one we sky kicked because they had a big return on us, and we almost get this ball back right here, but we don't. But the kids were able to make a mid-game adjustment, and it was no big deal. Here, another punt, pinning them down here inside the 20, inside the 10. So he did a great job of placing that ball for us. They kick an onside kick. This is something we work every week.
Oh, the handstand.
And our guy, Lucas Knockin, linebacker, comes up with the play. Defensively, guys were swarming to the football. They had a really good running back and a running quarterback and good receivers. But you can see just a ton of white jerseys around the ball each time. Josh Anderson, a senior safety, had 18 tackles. Played one of his best games he's ever played. But he's a tremendous leader for us as well. There's Lucas Knockin, junior linebacker, that just continues to get better. We were down a defensive lineman in this game to an injury from last week, so we had a number of guys that had to step in and rotate in. And Coach Honeyman, our D-line coach, did a phenomenal job of getting those guys ready and rolling them through the game, which was great. Again, we had great pressure on the quarterback all day and almost picked that one off there, Darion Horsley. But you can see they were under duress most of the night when they wanted to throw it, and our guys just played with extreme effort on that side of the ball.
Coach, your kids are flying around. In the last few, programs we've had, I always kind of joke with you, are we wearing the black on black or the white on black pants? And this week you went white jerseys on white jerseys. Coach, you can see your guys just flying around having fun. They are truly playing with one heartbeat, and that speaks volumes to the leadership that you were providing those kids. Great job. Hall of Fame football coach of the NFL, Mike Holmgren of the Green Bay Packers and the Seattle Seahawks. One of my favorite quotes is big-time players make big-time plays in big-time games. And it looks like that's exactly what you got your kids doing. Tell us about your big play board and some of those big-time players who earned spots on that this week.
Yeah, again, another week of a lot of nominations from our coaching staff, and then we vote on one guy or two guys. But our defensive player of the game, City of Hope, was Josh Anderson, safety, had 18 tackles. Our City of Hope offensive player of the game was Deshaun Horsley, 5 catches for 216 yards and 4 touchdowns.
Awesome.
Our special teams player of the game was Brock Belden. Our hog of the week was a defensive end who attends the CEC during the day, and that's Tyler Cobb.
Oh, yeah. Great kid.
The Georgia Farm Bureau player of the week was Cohen Peoples. He just gets better and better every week. Our scout offensive player of the week was Ricky Howell, a freshman running back. City scout defensive player of the week was Lucy LaPoma, who their family owns LaPoma's Pizza, so get out and get you a pizza. And then our scout special teams player of the week was Carson King for the 3rd time in a row. He's a young defensive lineman that just gives unbelievable effort. And so we're winning not with just kids on the field on Friday, but guys that are doing it all week in practice, making their teammates better and being very selfless each and every day. And Carson King, he's going to get on the bus this week with us. He's earned that right to travel with us.
That's
and
great.
We're really excited for him this week.
You win the day in practice, you win the week, you win the game, Coach.
Yeah.
That is locked in all the way. Coach, we now shift focus to an upcoming team that's very good as you get ready to make the trip to Forsyth County. to play the Lambert Longhorns. I know you guys are going to have a little revenge factor on you. Tell us what to expect from Lambert.
Well, they're going to be a well-coached football team. They're 5-0, playing very well right now. Last year they got us at home. Some people call it an upset. They played better than we did, and they beat us. So our kids do have that taste in their mouth, and they remember that. So we're going to just be business-like and go on the road and take care of our business. This is the next game. Our goal is to be 1-0. Let's just continue to get better every single day this week and go up there and put our best foot forward and see what happens.
Absolutely. Coach, as I've alluded to on other programs, you have put together a gauntlet of a non-region schedule over the years, and there's no doubt it has paid off. You can see it in just the culture of the program, the confidence, the high level. These kids are now, East Coweta is now at a place where you're going into places like Lowndes County, not hoping for a good showing, but expecting to win, and then walking out winning, and then playing in those games. Even when you get a little bit of adversity, getting down 2 scores, and you end up not flinching, trusting the process, coming together, and you walk out of there as a 2-score, victor. Mm-hmm. So, Coach, great stuff. What is the message as we keep moving forward through what's going to be a super special season for you guys if you keep up?
Stay humble and stay hungry. You're only as good as your last game. You're a hero one day and you're not a hero the next day. So enjoy the moment. Every moment is an opportunity to get better. Let's approach it one at a time. Let's don't get too far ahead of ourselves. That was a great win last week, but it was over on Sunday at whatever time we got back. I have no idea. It was so late, but it's over. We'll celebrate that later, but we got a job to do this week, and it's to be the best we can be at practice today, Monday afternoon.
That is John Small to a team. Business as usual, and it's all about one day, 1 week, 1 game at a time. Coach, great job. We're super proud of what y'all are doing. Can't wait to see how the rest of the season goes, but awesome win and fantastic job. Congratulations to being undefeated.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
And with that, we'll be back with more Coweta Sports Game Day in just a few moments. Welcome back to Coweta Sports Game Day. We're here with head football coach of the Newnan Cougars, Chip Walker. Coach, your kids played their hearts out just to come up a little bit short.
Yeah, it was tough, obviously, first region game, and it was a tough way to lose, some self-inflicted wounds, and then just us, not making some plays when we had an opportunity to make some plays.
Coach, nothing's going to be determined in week 1 of region play, and your kids have shown the ability to bounce back, great resiliency. What's the message this week as you get ready for the next game?
The biggest thing is we just got to forget about the last one. And I think I heard Kirby Smart maybe say this or something after the game the other day. You can't let the last one beat you on the next week. And so we got to forget about that one, move on, and then, just try to get ready for South Paulding and homecoming. So that, those will be the big things. Our guys are going to show up and work. They do that. And so, I'm not worried about that part. We just got to go out there and then not make the small mistakes that we made. I think, me and you were talking earlier today, there's about 7 plays, and instead of being us down 7, we might be up 21. And so, that's some things we got to go work on.
Absolutely. Well, Coach, you got a lot of great players with a young team making a lot of great plays. Let's take a look at these highlights here Friday night.
Sounds good. Early on in the game, here you see Caleb Reed, who was Caleb was our defensive player of the game. Caleb had another really big week this week. With a big game. There's Corey Turks coming up from the corner to make a big play. And here's early on. This is just a kind of a snapshot of the player of the game, Antavius Berry. There he is on a big touchdown run for our touchdown. He ended up with 26 carries for 168 yards and a touchdown, and had a really big play. Our offensive skill guy of the week is Gus Anderson. Gus had 5 catches for 136 yards and a touchdown. Had some really good plays. There you see another one of those plays that where our guys are getting to the ball.
Great pursuit, Coach. Great pursuit.
Special teams player of the week, Ethan Devers made 2 field goals, made all his extra points, handled all the punting, and then kicked them in the end zone. Big play on 3rd and long by Marquise Knox. And watch this throw by freshman Hayes McIntosh. You saw he took a shot. Watch the catch by Gus. There's your neighborhood.
There's my neighbor. That's my neighbor.
Neighborhood hookup. Well, let's go with the other neighborhood hookup, and let's go Gus and Brody on a big play.
Love watching these kids.
Here you see, this is still late in the game. This is 4th quarter. We're making a drive to go down and tie it up, and Barry with another big run. We just come up a little bit short we get down to the goal line and end up turning the ball over with about a minute to go on first down. And so, again, we go back to those 7 plays we talked about. We snapped one over our head for a safety. We fumbled on the 3 going in with a minute to go. We had they had 359 yards of offense. 224 of it came on 4 third down plays. So we just got to step up and make some big plays on third down. And so, we're going to go back to work and get after it.
Absolutely. Coach, who are some of the ones that kind of hit up your big play board that you may have on you right now, some names that are starting to really stick out, that are dotting up that big play board?
If you go back, obviously, Antavius Berry, player of the game, big, he really was the kind of the workhorse. Again, 26 carries, 168 yards. Yeah. We ended up with over 200 yards rushing, and he was a big part of that.
The offensive line looks like they're starting to get some cohesion there, Coach.
That's really good. The skill guy of the week was Gus. Gus made some big catches. They put us in some one-on-one situations, and Gus, burned them every single time that we had the opportunity. So he was the skill guy of the week. The lineman was Javion Hinton again.
Yes, sir.
He's been a workhorse
He's been
up front. And then on the defensive side of the ball, the defensive player of the game, Caleb Reed had another really good game. He's playing really good. The Cougar Culture Award was the guy who just did everything we asked him to do. Josiah Smith, playing an outside linebacker nickel guy. And then the big hit award. I wish I didn't put it on there. I probably should have went back and put that one on there. But early in the second half, we trying to get a drive going, and we bust one up the middle, and Antavius was one-on-one with the free safety, and he runs right over the top of him, which is a really good play. And then the 2 guys that were the scout team players of the week, the defensive scout team player of the week was Braylon Roberts, big junior defensive lineman who had a really good week for us. And the offensive scout team player of the week is Chris Jackson, who was a freshman tailback who we kept with us and ended up playing some JV last week. He had a really good week on the scout team and gave us a great look.
It's going to pay off for those young guys.
Yeah, and
Coach.
eventually, it's going to be something that's going to be good for us. So we just, need to go back to work. Make sure we don't let this one beat us next week.
Absolutely. Well, Coach, you got homecoming coming up, and a lot of festivities, and we've got South Paulding coming into town. Tell us what to expect from the South Paulding Spartans.
Well, it's a really talented football team. They're kind of a little bit kind of like us. They've had some things that just hadn't kind of gone their way. They've played some good football teams. The ball hadn't bounced their way. They've been in some tight football games. Right. New coaching staff. So they're going to come in and much like last week, there's going to be their opportunity. I guess it'll be their second region game. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And so just like us, we need to go play. And
absolutely.
That'll be big. Obviously, it's homecoming for us. Mm-hmm. Homecoming at Newnan High School is a special deal. There's a lot of really neat stuff going on, and our guys usually respond to that. So. Hopefully we'll have a really good week of practice and show up and get after them.
Absolutely. I'm going to kind of expand on that. Obviously, homecoming is very special to the city of Newnan. It's a court square community, the floats, the homecoming court, the students and everything. What are some of your favorite traditions with the Newnan High School homecoming?
Well, I'll tell you the big thing is the parade and then the pep rally downtown. If you've never been a part of that, to tell somebody how special homecoming is at Newnan. They've already painted up a bunch of the windows downtown and in the businesses, and it's just a really neat week. It's not like anywhere else. They do it a little bit. We do it a little bit better and a little bit bigger, and so it's just it's a really, really fun week.
Yeah, it's special.
And it really is. It's something to always look forward to, and so we're looking forward to it this week.
Coach, even as we've seen with the Alabama Crimson Tide, the great Nick Saban has to pick up his sword and shield every time and get back in it. And resiliency is a trademark of who you are and hard work. Coach, we're looking forward to great things this week. I really think, the team and the schedule they've played, I think without a doubt this young team's going to have a say-so in this region. And they're going to be a tough out for anybody once playoff time gets here.
And that's our goal is to get after it this week, get us a W, and then just take them one at a time. And when November rolls around, be right there in that hunt.
Absolutely. Well, Coach, like you said, your kids are showing it. The resiliency's there, the buy-in. Like you said, y'all keep doing what you're doing. It's going to be a great season. Looking forward to Friday night. Can't wait to see you guys get after South Paulding.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Appreciate it, Coach.
Thank
We'll be
you.
pulling for you guys this weekend. And with that, we'll be back more with Coweta Sports Game Day in just a few moments. That will do it for this week on Game Day. Thanks to all our head coaches and best of luck to our Coweta teams this weekend. We'll be back with you throughout the year highlighting the great action on the fields and in the gyms of the Coweta County School System. Don't forget to like and subscribe to CCS TV. It helps to get the word out about all the great happenings throughout our school system. I'll see you soon.